weekly speaker spot. Each week, a member gets 8 minutes to share with the group further insights into their business or to enlighten the group a little bit more about themselves. Members can also use this time to problem solve or seek assistance and advice from the group as a collective. The time is yours to use how you wish. Misty, do you have a surprise for us? Because I don't know who's talking today.
Yes, I do have a surprise for us today. So every now and then at Business at Breakfast International, I get the opportunity to pick someone out of the crowd. It'll be dependent on maybe how long that they've been out with us for, if it's, their turn to let us know more, something like that. Something will happen and the opportunity arises that I pick someone out of the crowd without giving them warning. And today we have the wonderful Sergei Lobov from Sergei Yoga is going to be our speaker today. Don't worry, Sergei. I have this covered. So I've decided to pick Sergei out of the crowd. He comes from Canberra. He's been with Business at Breakfast for a number of weeks now. And I'm not sure how excited he is about speaking to the crowd, which is why I've put him on the spot. But I'm about to teach you all something about talking about this thing that you love doing. So Sergei, I'm going to have you as our speaker today. You have up to 8 minutes to tell us about yoga. No. You don't get out of this. One moment. So here's how it works, right? I've put into the chat box the elevator pitch structure that I want you to follow. Just want to hear what your full name is, your business name. I want you to say, I'm a yoga instructor. Clearly you sell yoga and meditation classes. I want you to tell us the price and just tell us who's the type of person that comes, right, to those classes. And then all I want to know is how long have you been teaching yoga for and how did it start? That's it. From there, we, the audience, will have plenty of questions. So you just follow the elevator pitch structure that's there and then just a quick history of you to yoga. How did this start? And then leave us to ask you questions. You have this covered. All right. With that, I'll let you go.
Thank you very much. Completely unexpected surprise. I'm not that super morning person, perhaps. So my body's here. My mind is still with the chickens, which I fed this morning. All right, so yes, my name is Sergei Lobov from Sergei Yoga. I'm yoga and meditation teacher. And was it not? Yes, right. I sell yoga classes and meditation sessions. So yoga classes and meditation, I find them a very powerful combination, best hygiene for body and mind that help us through the day tasks and day challenges and life challenges, stresses, etc., etc., etc. But the main thing, I find yoga and meditation a very powerful tool, very powerful hygienic tool for body and mind. And that's a unique hygienic tool that helps us to go within, inside of us. There's so many things that we're acting on the outside, so many beautiful techniques and hygienes and practice, etc., etc. However, to go within us, to find kindness within us, to find who we really are in a very kind and nice way, I find yoga and meditation is the best tool and the best hygienic tool. I met yoga when I came to Australia, would be almost 20 years ago. I didn't know much about yoga, and I started practicing it, and I loved it. Originally, I'm a biochemist, worked in academia, in university, and sitting long time in front of a computer would give me headaches. So yoga helped me with all these beautiful stretches and body alignments and movements and so on. It helped me to release the neck and shoulder, etc., and reduce the headaches. I met meditation a little bit later when I came to Canberra, still practicing yoga, started meditation, and then that helped me with daily stresses. For example, I had nightmares now and then from my previous life experiences. So with meditation, it helped me to reduce those nightmares, easy sleeping. And then I thought, oh, these are great practices. I love them, and I would like to share them with other people. So when I seen that my contract with Australian National University would be getting to an end sometime, I thought, okay, I drop academia, I get yoga teacher training, and then I will start teaching yoga. That's what I did in late 1913. And since then, I've been teaching yoga and meditation, sharing yoga and meditation. I love it. It's great. I see benefit to other people, and I see benefit to myself. And also, I noticed that most of my students, if you may call them, are aging people as well. That's where I started thinking about aging gracefully. And the statement replicate from Clint Eastwood interview at some point. He was talking about aging gracefully. And I thought, oh, that's interesting. That's true. Aging gracefully is a good thing. And I got training as an individual support person, so care worker, and I started working in that industry, if I may say, a few years ago. So I know very well what's waiting for us around the corner when we're aging, and I adjust my classes accordingly. So yoga and meditation helping us to live life happily and independently on circumstances, and also with that, you may say, wisdom of knowing what's waiting for us around the corner. So preparing our body, preparing our mind for inevitable changes, growing wisdom, being healthy and happy, and stay out of trouble. Thank you. That's my take, I guess. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Sergei. So thank you very much for giving us that background of you to yoga and meditation, how it all come about. So I am more than certain that the audience has questions. So who has questions for Sergei? Yep, Diane.
Yes, very good. Look, I love my yoga and I do like my meditation. I need to sort of get into it a little bit more. What type of yoga do you teach?
Type of yoga, I have first practice Byron yoga. I don't know if you're familiar from Byron Bay. I love that combination of traditional yoga, Iyengar yoga, but with the flow, with the strong influence of flow yoga and strong influence of knowledge, physiology, anatomy as well, sort of science, the modern thing, and also attuned for modern people, for us, who are very different from people who lived in India 2000 years ago, when yoga started being more formal with the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, etc., etc., etc. The yoga we know from BKS Iyengar. And then I had my training with Simon Borg Olivier in India. And again, he brought that incredible, I mean, he's an awesome teacher as well. I think he's the best in Australia. That's my opinion. And he brought a lot of that flow yoga sort of thing, a lot of exercises, a move for the spine in particular, spine, joint complexes, etc. So to formalize it a little bit in more yogic term, that's yes, it's Hatha yoga, which is physical yoga, and then Raja yoga, which is royal yoga or yoga of the mind, and combination of the both.
Sounds good.
Mindfulness.
Now, can I ask one more question? Do you just do it in Canberra or do you do it online?
I do it in Canberra. I'm developing it online, and thanks to Misty, she connected me with Pauline. It's a kind of insurance thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Paulina, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
A bit of insurance. I have to sort it out, how I can put it online in the records and so on, because it's it's extra steps which I was not aware of.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Great questions, Diane. Dr. Chris, you got your hand up?
Yes, I have. Thanks very much, Sergei. That was fascinating. And I love your accent. It's fabulous.
Thank you very much. I've been working it all my life.
I always coach clients who have accents, and I say it's never a disadvantage. It makes us listen harder to hear what you're saying. So it's
Not only that, people tell me, I don't remember you, but I remember your accent. And I say, great, this is good. This is good.
but we're talking about yoga and meditation, so yoga probably doesn't need an accent. However, an accent's not an issue. But the question I have is, what kind of because I've come in and out of meditation and yoga over the decades, what's the minimum number of meditation sessions that you would recommend per week, and how long should they be ideally?
It's all individual, absolutely all individual. Psychologists say, sometimes people say, well, develop a habit, you need to do it consequently for 21 days or 40 days and so on.
Yeah.
But psychologists say that whatever we do, we just increase the chance of doing it again.
Okay.
So doesn't matter you do it once a year or 5 times a week, but every time you do, you're just increasing the chance of doing it again. And you would like to do something good and beneficial for you, just do it once again, and it will grow. And from that perspective, again, it doesn't matter how long time you do it. It can be 5 minutes of sitting quiet, or it can be extended 20 minutes or a whole hour. Some practitioners are sitting for a whole hour. Statistically, I read that doing 20 minutes a day bring that effect. That's what they say.
Right.
But realistically, again, many practitioners and meditators and teachers tell it doesn't matter. It's all up to you. It's all up to your conditions. Even just few breaths through mindful breaths is enough.
Okay.
And because there's so many meditation techniques like walking meditation, breath meditation, sound meditation, body scan, which is yoga nidra or somatic meditation is one thing, different ways. What else? Colors or looking at a candle, laughter meditation, that meditation, 100,000 other meditations. So the simplest definition of meditation I found is focusing on something. So it's focus, awareness, knowing that you're focusing on that. And the third part is non-judgment. Bring lots of space. Whatever you do with this focus, awareness, and non-judgment, you are meditating.
All right. Okay.
And yes, we do lots of things which we don't call meditation, but we can call it meditation. So
I think the English have worked it out really well. They make a cup of tea in a very small cup that's got wide edges, so that when you sit there to have it, like, you have to concentrate on getting it from the saucer up to you, or otherwise it's going to splash everywhere. When you concentrate, well, it's what you said, right? Focused, not thinking of anything else. You're doing it very much on purpose, and you've got to get it done in the time before it turns cold. So it's very focused time frame, but it can be done in that short time, right? Because it stops you, it slows you down, makes you breathe in. So yeah, like it. I've got Ray, then Heather, and then Kathy, right? So because I'm watching the time. So Ray, you're first.
Okay, yeah, Sergei, very good, interesting talk. I've done Bikram yoga for a fair period of time, and I found that was pretty good. That was in a heated room, like it was bloody hot. And how does that compare with not doing it in a heated room with what you're doing?
it's a very good thing. There again, hundreds different yogas and variation. So the simplest rule, they say five simplest thing you do, right? Is that when you start or you had a break with yoga, first dress comfortably. Take a beginner's class. don't push too hard, don't give up too easy. And the fifth one, breathe. Whatever you do, breathe. And then that's kind of the attitude you come into the class again, just a suggestion. And then it's super important to find a teacher or to have a teacher who talks to you in the language you understand really and who you connect with, right? And then only then comes the style, because every teacher would provide with different style, different attitude, and the connection with the teacher. That's what I found the super important, the most important. And yes, then we have Bikram yoga, 37 degrees. I never came to the point. I was 100 meters away from that studio, but I was in Byron Bay, was too busy walking the beach. But I did power yoga, which is done at 32 degrees room. And I love that. Incredible sweating. It helps you to relax deeper. So your long stretches are kind of longer and deeper. But then what I find if I'm doing it like every day, I felt it a little bit too much, too hot, too much sweating, too much that and that. So a good combination, sometimes different yogas. But yes, benefits in heated room. But really for us, for daily hygiene, that's what I find, the main thing is to increase circulation, to increase lubrication in the joint complexes, like wrists, for example, elbows, shoulders, neck, chest, waist, hips, knees, and ankles. Bring awareness. So it's this sort of hygienic thing which is comfortable for you, not very challenging, but again, slightly stretching the comfort zone, you know? And with this attitude, whatever we nurture will thrive. That sort of thing. So I don't know if I answered your question, but it's kind of that. It's all about you. It's not about yoga style. You are the focus. That's the idea. Your journey,
Okay.
life is itself. That's right.
Thank you, Sergei. All right. So Heather, and I'm watching the time. Fast answers, Sergei. Heather, you've got a question, and then Kathy has a question. Heather's
I just froze at the moment you asked me. Sorry, Misty.
Yep. No, you can ask your question. Sergei's going to answer it.
I really just wanted to comment on Sergei. That was just amazing, the way and everything so beautifully. And I just wanted to say that someone recently said to me that if you really know your topic and you're really
And then we lost you.
And there she's gone. But if you know your topic, you know what? You can just be put on the spot.
Do you believe that when you're doing yoga, you can actually combine the two, that you really are meditating through a yoga class?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, because you focus on your body with all this alignment and poses and so on, you should be aware of your body again with all these bodies and alignments, and do it non-judgmentally. And that's the main thing. You know, quite often we judge ourselves too much, and judgment, all this criticism, psychologists again say, can lead us to all these negative emotional states, depression even, and so on. So this non-judgmental part again is super important, and it's integral part of my yoga classes, and I believe the whole yoga thing. But it's kind of, it's that. Then I remind through the class, I always remind people do that. Yeah.
Excellent. Well done.
Short answer.
Yeah. That was my little Kathy, your turn.
Yes, I love it, Sergei. It's wonderful. I tried yoga once and it's very hard. But my question, and I've been to Byron Bay back like long time ago. It's absolutely gorgeous there. But my question is, do you have some quick thing for any of us to just do a quick breathing exercise that we can take with us for the day, just to know what we're doing during the day, to just give us some help? Because I think breathing is so important. Do you have anything you can suggest, like just breathe in, breathe out? What do you suggest? Help us.
Yeah, right. First of all, the question right now, very good question. Are you worth attention 24/7? Are you worth the whole universe is nurturing you? Are you worth all the beauty of the world delivered to you? the answer is yes, I am. Now, the question is, who are you expecting to give it to you? I mean, in other words, you already have yourself all the time, anytime through the day. Why to rush? Why is it like to do it quickly? Why not to give time to yourself? Because you're the person number one in the universe. You're worth all the effort in the universe. You're worth 24/7 attention. Why to do it sort of in a quick way? That is a very tricky question, and that is one of those questions that don't require the answers, but good to ask. So I would say whenever we come to that point, we kind of think, yes, I am worth it. So I would like to have this technique, and I would like to take it at my pace, not quick, not while the lights change from red to green, but on my terms, when I'm ready, when I want it, and when I'm worth it. And I'm worth it 24/7 all the time. But in terms of simple technique, I probably would suggest walking meditation. It's the most integral, easy. Yes, breath, yes, it's super important. But walking, I would think, is the most kind of accessible for us, because breath is elusive. So when walking, just walk slowly, noticing every step. That's right. Otherwise, maybe, yes, join just simple class, beginner's class. I would say guidance is important. And of course, there's so many YouTube. Or come to my class. I will show you all these techniques.
Okay, great. Get a class.
Thank you. Maybe, or just sitting. Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
And you could do that. You could do that online. You could just sit and meditate, Sergei. We might not be able to do the yoga as easily online, but meditation, you could probably teach us to sit and be quiet without judgment. Excellent. Thank you so much, Sergei, for being our speaker today.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. It's really not that hard to be thrown under the bus and be put in as a speaker when you've got a little bit of structure. So you know exactly from what angle to speak on as well. And you did an excellent job. Thank you, audience, for participating as well. See how easy it was for us to ask questions when we kept Sergei on just the topic, what is it that you sell, and the history of how did that start happening. And then after that, we have plenty of questions. So the audience will have plenty of questions if you keep it nice and short and simple. So thank you so much.